weather squarely in the forecast this afternoon in Santa Clara, California at Levi's Stadium. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Take it in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing first play is Lance. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Let's go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Rail. 52 Glasgow.
Going for it, here's Davis Price. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage with just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Let's go.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Herbert on 1st down now. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. This defense for the Niners, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
To throw again on second down. Herbert. Again, he finds more. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 14. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
Moore, the man in motion. Herbert operating from the red zone. And he's got the hook up to Moore. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up second down. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his third completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him, and I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Buying time to his left. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A try here for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward. But they kick it here, and it's good. The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Room here to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. First down, and they go right back to Davis Price. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Drill, 52. Ready?
Davis Price on 1st and 10. And able to work his way down to the 16. 57 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Now, former 6th-round pick, it's Elijah Mitchell. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Davis Price will try to pick it up. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick is indeed good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Taking it about the 36. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Lance. He gets this one to Davis Price. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Let's go now. Watch out now. 50%.
Davis, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. The 30. 10. 5. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. A fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. Extra point attempt to come here. And it's 21-3.
Is good. Makes the score Cardinals 21. 49ers 3.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And his kick is good. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Ready, set.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if
Now Lance throws the interception, his third.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Niners will take over here just shy of the 30. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance, man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
From midfield, here's Lance.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And he's got it inside the 10.
And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
A big play there for the Niners. 42 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Lance looks to throw again. They'll set up the screen for Davis Price.
Touchdown 49ers.
Ty Davis Price
with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Niners get a bit closer.
The extra point up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go.
Taken in at the 3.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Herbert off of play action. Out to his left. And he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
What the scoreboard says, partner, he knows winning this game right now.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Back to the air, Herbert on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there, bank at the 39-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent, that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The Lance going to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. $35 yards that time on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it?
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Ambry Thomas.
And the 49ers will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Here's Lance to throw it. This one caught by Kittle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
97. Little striker.
From the gun, it's Lance. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
They'll send Brown in motion right.
Trail green.
Now Lance again.
Gets it out wide to Davis Price.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
To throw, it's Lance.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Lance.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. De'Ami Brown, as the first half is winding down. And the Niners are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Herbert has it knocked free.
And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
The extra point up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
On 2nd and 7, Herbert.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And the Niners will have solid field. They take over at their 45-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options. But when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. 2nd down, here's Davis Price. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Davis Price once more. 94 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Shotgun and then a handoff to Davis Price. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Davis Price gets this one out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Black shot. Shot, 17. Claws red. 6, leather. 6.
Give to Davis Price up the middle here. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, here's Davis Price. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Davis Price, and he loses the football a 2nd time. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, 30, 10, and they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
43 rail.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lance taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Black Ultra. On the ball.
And Lance now to throw. Drops this underneath for Davis Price.
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. Taken in at the 22.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. 68 yards. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
49ers 24.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Lance looking to throw it.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
On first and 10, here's Lance.
Flush to his right. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. Now Lance.
Over the middle, it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 30.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance.
They'll roll him out right. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play.
Here we go.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
On the handoff, Davis Price.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
117 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
10 seconds. Red, yellow. Cluster, 6. Slide through.
To try again after the sack.
Lance.
Incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Here we go.
The Niners on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 17.
Here's Lance.
Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown! From 19 yards away.
And the Niners have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
After after the roughing penalty on the PAT. They'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Levante David in on the tackle. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now it's Herbert. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
Even keeping the back end for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 47-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Another touch for Davis Price.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
134 yards rushing for him as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. Lance now on 1st down.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here's a give to Davis Price.
Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here.
Flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Cards are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's a gain of 34.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3 yard line, got to love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
Connor is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the fourth quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Ready.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Ready.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Lance. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
Ready. Fight. 97.
Lance now on first down. He gets this one to Davis Price. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 10 more there and another first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, a 22. Again, it's Lance. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Throwing again on second down. Lance. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Eluding the pressure right. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Desperation time here. Lance. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So after the fourth down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Lance looks to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Claws red. 6, red. Black, red. White, white. Black ultra. You, yellow. Ready?
On 2nd and 10, Lance. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Hey, go Fury.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And that one is caught. So they convert here and don't look now, but this one's back to a 1-score game. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least 1 play. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. They're going to pass here with Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the 49ers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Now Lance. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Trayvon Mullen, and the Cardinals are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Cardinals, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff races. They're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.